Okay, so I've opened up Aussie, the Aussie Australian dollar pair, and the Australian dollars across the board again put it up on the daily charts. And if we do the same things, focusing on just this much data, looking at the nearest thing, it's like, okay, well, it just broke that, and it's sellers, which means we're looking at a weak market here for Aussie. If we're just focusing on Aussie, Aussie's on the left side. So the chart represents the left's currency pair. Okay. All right. So here also weak. If I do the same here, it's like, whoa. If I look at it just in this area here, it's debatable if it's up or down, because it's like, well, is this part of an uptrend? Well, that's the guy. It's just, I can see it's recently down, but it's up right there. This is a bit confusing. We're gonna put this and we're gonna mark it as, let's say this is still part of an upward momentum. We're gonna label this as Aussie is actually strong here. Okay, the circle was too small that I drew. I'd say this much data. Yeah, so looks like it's still strong there. Euro Aussie. Now here Aussie's on the right side, not on the left side. So the opposite is true for Aussie here. If the chart is going upwards, it means Aussie is getting weak. Okay, Euro's getting strong, but Aussie is getting weak. Here, recent area, looking at the recent area here, looking at a weak Aussie dollar. If I look at pound Aussie, recent area, this area here, seems like we have broken above this area, okay? And no higher highs, no lower lows, no higher highs. Seems like we're currently in a channel, okay? But we're, in a range, but we're still upwards. We're still maintaining grounds from this last breach, okay? So far, 2 touches and going. It's still going. So this one is saying Aussie is also weak. Okay. And finally, we're coming to Aussie New Zealand. And here, Aussie's back on the left side. And if it's back on the left side, then if the chart's going downwards, that means Aussie is going to be weak here. So if I look at this one, looks like recent area being here, looks like we just made a breach below, and as long as the breach below is real, it's still seller's territory. Okay, if in the next 2 days or something it comes up higher, then that's not the case anymore, because then it's going to be a range like that. But for now, it's still seller's territory. So this means Aussie is still weak here. So putting up on the scoreboard, we got a -1 for weak, -1 for weak, -1 for weak, -1 for weak, +1 for strong, and -1 for weak. So out of 6 again, we have -5, and then we have a +1. That puts us at -4. Okay, that's the total number out of 6. And 4 out of 6 is a pretty decent number. That means the world is looking to dump the Aussie. Okay, the world is looking to dump the Aussie. Now you might be wondering, why isn't Japanese yen following? It's because Japanese yen is also showing weakness, but much stronger weakness, or it's way weaker if you want to put it that way. Okay, we'll get into a little bit advanced stuff like that later, but